talk about fire alarm system. A couple of things, guys, about fire alarm system that we need to, if you guys, everybody, Ashley, do you have your stuff in front of you, my friend? Yep, everybody? Okay, so go to the fire alarm system, please, first, and let's say a few things about fire alarm system. As I told you guys, Article 72 is going to cover, NFPA 72 have a whole fire alarm system, or fire alarm code that talks about how to connect them and how to place them and so forth. There's building code talk about where do you need a smoke detectors, where do you need the system, how to place the system. So what I'm going to tell you is a mixture of a few things. So if you guys go, my friends, okay, can I write? Okay, write on that one. Good. Okay. So if you guys go to the first thing, main control panel located in the vestibule. Everybody got that one? So for the fire alarm system, you're going to have the fire alarm control panel. And from the fire alarm control panel, you're going to have fire alarm annunciator panel. And from these, you're going to have smoke detectors, and you're going to have, I'm using different color here, horn slash strobe, horn strobes. These are typical, guys. If you have a fire alarm panel, you always start with fire alarm control panel. That's big fat panel sitting on the wall and wired by 120. You need to bring 120 to power it. So we'll get into that one, guys. So what you need to do for this, the first thing you need to do is to go provide a 20 amp circuit to power the fire alarm control panel. 20 amp circuit, done. The next thing you need to do is you need to locate the fire alarm panel. We have a fire alarm control panel. You see where the location is based on our project 107. So we need to go find a family, and there is a family, I'll show you in a second, in the Revit that says fire alarm control panel. You're going to grab it, and where do you want to place it? In the server 107. Can I have thumbs up that we know, chat? Okay, so that's fire alarm. This one here is fire alarm control panel. The first one, fire alarm control panel. Next, the second one, which is this one here. The second one is fire alarm annunciator panel. Fire alarm annunciator panel. Inside the fire alarm control panel, guys, the brain that's going to take the inputs and send an output to the building. Cool? Inputs, which smoke detector, heat detectors, and send an output, horn strobe. So any question about the fire alarm control panel? And the fire alarm control panel is going to be located in the vestibule 100. These are the two main ingredients of any fire alarm system: the annunciator and the control panel. Can I have thumbs up that we got it? So for this in Revit, you have two families. One family that's going to be fire alarm control panel, and another family is going to be fire alarm annunciator panel. Yes, sir.
So an annunciator panel is a panel where all of the strobes are being connected to.
Okay, good point. What is everybody knows about the fire alarm control panel. Everything is going to be connected. That's where the brain is that gets the inputs and the outputs. The microprocessor basically in it. Fire alarm annunciator panel, guys, this one usually you put it in a place accessible to the firefighters. When they walk in right down at Dunwoody at the beginning, you walk in, you have a red panel that has all the zones on it. So if you have a fire in a building, it announces the location of that fire. Right? It's a good point, right? A building like Dunwoody, if you have multiple zones in this building, if you have a fire in this area and the firefighters walk in, we exit the building. They look at the fire alarm annunciator panel. It's going to say Zone 1, and based on their graphic that they have, based on their maps, it says Zone 1 is the northeast corner of Dunwoody. So they're going to go directly to the northeast corner of Dunwoody. So it announces the location of the fire. It also announces if something malfunctions. If you have a smoke detector that malfunctions, it announces that there is smoke detector malfunctioning in zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what the name is, annunciating. It announces what's going on in the system. If you lose power, say the system lost power, it will announce that loss of power because it has a battery backup. It will say, hey, somebody went and turned the circuit breaker that feeds that panel off. Okay? Any question, guys, about the fire alarm control panel and the fire alarm annunciator panel? Cool. So now we get into these two. One of them have the brain to take the inputs and send an output, microprocessor. The other one, it announces what's going on in the system. I have a really nice presentation for you guys, but it takes long. We'll do it at one time about how the system works. But for the time being, to lay out the system, that's what we need. Okay. The second thing is inputs. I have a pull station at exterior doors. Pull station. I need you guys to go and grab a pull station at exterior doors. I need a pull. Everybody can see where the pull station at exterior doors, right? What is a pull station? You guys all were in high school, and I don't know if anybody can admit that pulling it when you have a final, right? A pull station is, you see there's a fire in one location, and before you exit, you go to the closest pull station, usually exterior doors, and you pull that switch, you activate the fire alarm panel. What happens when you pull the pull station? That horn strobe that you're looking at right here will go off. The sound, audible, and visual will go off. It announces the existence of fire, and it helps the people exit the building. Can I guys have thumbs up that we know what a pull station is? And where are we going to install it? Exterior doors. How do you install them, guys? Usually, 40 foot off the finished floor, like receptacles. They come at default 40 feet, I believe, in Revit. So exterior doors. Now we put them in hallways, bigger hallways. I think every 100 feet of a hallway need one. In our building, because it's a small building, exterior doors. Every exterior door is right next to the door, pull station. Can I have thumbs up that we know how to put it, Chad? There is a family for it too in Revit. Cool? Everybody okay with that one? Cool. The next one. Now we need, I'm going to go to the smoke detectors. I'm going to really check on that one. Smoke detectors. Smoke detectors throughout the entire building. The smoke detectors, guys, I told you what smoke detectors are. They sniff that there's a smoke in the area, and they send a signal to the fire alarm system. So what does the fire alarm system do with that signal? It's up to programming the fire alarm system. It could 99%, well, 90% of the time, it's going to make a decision to activate all the horn strobes in that particular section of the building or in the whole building. Okay? So what the smoke detector does, sense the presence of a smoke. There is different technologies. I will usually, not going to talk about the technologies, but we're going to talk about, there is a smoke detector. When it sense, they have some chambers, guys. And there's a, what do you call these? Anyway, there's a, when the smoke clock, there's a current that goes from one point to another point in that chamber in the smoke detector. If that chamber is filled with smoke, it interrupts the flow of current, and by interrupting the flow of current inside the chamber, inside the smoke detector, it activates the system. It sends the signal that, hey, the presence of smoke. Okay, where do we need them? Through the entire of the building. Rule of thumb, 30 by 30. This is where I want you guys to write 30 by 30 feet, or 22 feet diameter. So look at every area, 30 by 30. In the middle of that 30 by 30, put a smoke detector. It's more than 30 by 30, put 2. Okay, cool? Can I have thumbs up about that one? In our building that we have, it's easy because we don't have a huge area. As I said, almost all the areas, where do we put them? In every area. Where do you put them? In every office and every area, basically. The smoke detector, right now, we're going to put them in every area, at least one in every area. Cool? At least one in every area, but if the area is more than 30 by 30, I might have to put 2 or 3 or 4. Cool? Can I get you guys to tell me, Chad, we got what the smoke detectors are? Right? Thumbs up? Cool. So we got the smoke detectors. Okay, so what I need you, the second one I'm going to emphasize is visual audio indicator. This one is AKA, stop it, it's the horn/strobe. This is the horn strobe right here. The horn strobe. So before I go to the horn strobe, actually I don't want to go to the horn strobe yet. I'm going to go to more inputs. This is what we call the input. The second one right underneath it, guys, it says duct smoke detectors. Duct smoke detectors, can you guys see that? Supply, and we need one in the supply, one in the return, over air handling unit, verify location with 72. There are 2 types of smoke detectors, Ashley. One, the general purpose smoke detector that you put them in the ceiling. The other one is duct smoke detectors. Duct smoke detectors, Joe will talk more about it, guys. What they do based on the size of the air handling unit, will spare you the details. What I want you to do is the input of the air handling unit we're going to put one smoke detector, and the output of the air handling unit, another smoke detector. We'll bring them one day, guys, when we have a smoke detector. I'll show you how they look like. But all what you need to do now, everybody knows what an air handling unit does. It takes the air, circulate the air in the building. So if you want to heat the building, you bring hot water into the air handling unit. It throws air through it. It becomes hot air and it circulates the air through the building. Heats it, bring it back, heats it again, bring it back. So if there's a fire in your building, the first line of defense most likely would be that smoke detector in the inputs of your building. It sniffs that there's smoke in the air that's circulated, and it alarms, right? The first thing that one would do is shut down the air handling unit, because guess what? If you have a fire in this building, do you really want to circulate the air, the smoke through the entire building and kill everybody with carbon monoxide and so forth? So you want to shut down these. Their job is to shut down the air handling unit upon the sensing of what's that mean? I want to insert an image. Okay, upon the sense of don't go. Upon the sense of a smoke detector. Upon the sense of smoke in the area. Okay, so where do I need them, guys? You want to save the changes. I don't want to exit this by all here. Don't do that. Yes. Exited me, but I hope I said. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. I can't delete it. Okay, here you go. I can delete it. It's not a big deal. Okay, I just don't lose it. Okay. Let me see if I can draw. Okay, I can draw. Still draw. Any question, guys, about the smoke detector? So where do you want to put the smoke detector? When you reach them, we'll tell you where the inputs and the outputs of the air handling unit. Two of them. One in, one out. Can I have thumbs up, right, Chad? We know it. So the second thing you need to do is duct smoke detector. Duct smoke detector. They call them duct smoke detector. Okay? These are inputs. Duct smoke detector, these are your inputs. Okay, we got that one. We got that 9. Okay, we have connection, fire protection, devices, 2 tab. The second thing I want to have, guys, too, is look at this. We need fire protection system detection flow. We need a tamper, 2 switches tamper, and 1 flow switch. Because fire alarm, the sprinkler system, guys, need water. We need to make sure, and the water goes through pipes. If somebody's to go close the pipe that feed the smoke detector heads that we have, the water heads that brings the water to the sprinkler system. What they do is to prevent people from tampering into that big valve that closes the big pipe, 6-inch pipe for the sprinkler system. They put a little device on it. If you are to go close it, you will trigger a switch. It will alarm in the fire alarm system and say, hey, somebody have just closed the valve that bring water to the sprinkler system. What does that mean? It means if you have a fire and you think your sprinkler system is working, it's not going to work. Okay, so that's where the tamper switches are. We need 2 of them. So what you do is come over here and you put tamper switch 1, and come over here and we put tamper switch 2. So we have 2 tamper switches. These tamper switches in the family, in Revit families, are there. So we'll get you guys in Revit family. You grab a tamper switch and you put it in. Where do they want it? We're going to put them in the mechanical room. Can you guys you know where the mechanical room is? Let's put them in mechanical room. Mechanical room. Chris, what's the number of the mechanical room? What's the number of 160? Thank you. 116. Can you guys please write yourself a 116? 2 feeds coming to the building, 2 branches. Sometimes you might have, sometimes you have a big valve coming in and you split your building into different pipes. 1 pipe going to system 1, system 2. We're assuming here we have 2 systems, 2 valves, so we need to control the 2 valves. 2 systems, 2 sprinkler systems. Okay, flow switch, 1 flow switch. Well, then what's a flow switch? A flow switch, guys, is a tiny little switch that stick it right into the pipe that has the water that's going to go to the sprinkler system, right? Now this guy only activate if a flow of water goes through the system. What does that mean? If a flow of water, if the water is flowing through the pipe that's going to the sprinkler system, what do you have? You have absolutely somebody have knocked down one of these heads, sprinkler heads, or there's a fire that burned that sprinkler head. So they take a signal every time the water is moving through the pipe that feed the sprinkler system. They take a signal from that sprinkler system that, yep, the water is flowing, something is going on. Could be a fire, or it could be one of these heads have been knocked down. Okay, so we need one. So what do? You come over here and you put a flow switch. Flow switch. This is very important, guys, because you're going to draw this one to me, for me. We call it the fire alarm riser. That's going to be your fire alarm riser. Any question, guys, about this? Any question about this? So we have all these everything that I drew in green so far is called the inputs. These are detecting devices that sense that the presence of fire, or basically the inputs for the system. Any question, guys? Now I'm going to go to the output devices. Now I can sense with a smoke detector, duct smoke detector, pull station, right? Somebody tell me that there's a fire. I can tamper switch, flow switches. These are all inputs. Can I get you guys to get the word input here for the green system? These are data coming into the system. Now, when I get the signal from these that there's something going on, as a smoke, flow of water, Jackson walked down and pulled the pull station, activate the pull station because he saw a fire in the corner. All these are inputs. So what do you do with the inputs? You're going to use the fire alarm control panel processor, and it will be programmed to get you outputs, to get you activation. Annunciating devices. You need annunciating devices. Okay, the first annunciating device is horn strobe. What's a horn strobe? You're looking at it right there. So when I have a fire anywhere done with it right now, in any area, if there's a fire, it will go to the fire alarm control panel. The fire alarm control panel will send a signal, 24-volt signal, to these guys to activate them. And I'm sure a few of you have seen these activated, very loud and very bright. It's supposed to get you out of there because there's a fire in the building. Cool? We've seen it before. Okay, so let's go to these guys. The first thing you need to do is right here. I need audible visual. That's horn strobe, indicating devices throughout the common area. Can I emphasize the word here? Common area. See where they want him? Where do they want him? Common area. Through the common area. What are the common areas? All the open offices, common areas, right? Hallways are common areas. How about lunchroom is a common area? So these are the areas are common. Is an office a common area? No, not a common area. Is not office is not a common area. Library, yep, could be a common area. People could be. So, how about conference rooms? Could be defined as common areas. People could be, but these conference rooms, it depends upon the size, guys. Sometimes, So let's define them as common area. What does that mean? You need a horn strobe in them, a horn and a strobe, exactly like that baby there. Okay. Any question, guys, about that? So for the horn and strobe, please do me a favor. I gave you guys 2 templates for the horn strobe. Grab the template that looks like this. Can you guys grab the template that looks like this? How do you place the horn strobes? The question is, how do you place them, Chad? Everybody got the one that has a little hole at the bottom here? Right? Looks like this. Can I get you guys to do that? Yep. You can, but not now, I guess. You can when you use it. Okay, horn strobe. Can you guys see his now? This is where you put your horn strobe in the ceiling. We're not putting it in the ceiling here. We're going to put it in a wall. So your horn strobe actually is going to be right in the middle of this room. If you put your horn strobe right here, the first horn strobe is, anybody can read the first one is 115 candela. They go by candela. Candela is the measure of how bright these babies are. The brighter they are, the more, well, 2 things. When it becomes too bright, guys, it can blind the people. You don't want it too bright and you don't want it too dim too. So I always start with the 15 candela. 15 candela can get you 20 by 20. Piece of cake. If you have a room 20 by 20 feet, how many horn strobe you need in this room? 1. Now, if you have a room bigger than 20 by 20, then you can go to 2 15 candelas, or 134 candela. Can you guys see this next level is 30 by 30? If I have a 30 by 30, still I need one candela, still one horn strobe. But what's the level of it? The level is actually this time is 134, 134. Go up to 40 by 40, you need 160. Go up to 50 by 50, 194. Go up to 55 by 55, 115 candela. Can you guys see how to read these? One can get you there, but what's the difference is how bright that baby is going to be. Most of you guys, can I give you one hint? Most of you are going to be using the 115 and 134 candela. Can you? So basically 30, if you have an area 30 by 30, you need one. For everything else in our room, we're going to be using the 115 because it covers 20 by 20. Most of the areas in our area, most of the areas are 20 by 20 feet, guys, or smaller, the offices and so forth, or 30 by 30.
Is the strobe simply alerting, not necessarily directional? Here we put them over the door, I assume.
To alert. Yeah, the strobe supposed to alert you with the presence of the fire, not the direction of flow. The direction of flow, if this is a public area, you should see where it's fire escape route, and there will be a fire escape route. Now it doesn't mean you can't use it to indicate the exit of the room. You can, but the way I understand it, you could for all practical reasons, you could have put that one right there. Okay, everybody knows how to use this. Now this is if you put them in a wall. What happened if you put them in a ceiling? Grab the other. Can you guys see the ceiling one that looks squares like this? The same way now you put them in a ceiling. Everybody has one of these. Rob, my friend, can you see that? Now if I want to put them in the middle of a ceiling, no, not again. If I want to put them right in the ceiling, I can put 15, 30, or 55, and they can cover 10 by 10, 20 by 20, 20 by 20. So 20 by 20 basically, right in the middle will be covered. Or 40 by 40, or 50 by 50, or all the way 55 by 55. And depends upon the candela that you can use. You go from 15 all the way to 55. Most of the time, you're going to be, guys, you will be at probably 20 by 20 or 30 by 30. So you're using a 30 candela or a 15 candela strobe right in the middle of a room. Right in the middle of a room. Now, if you can't cover it by 30 by 30, I've been told that you put two of them. So what do? You put the first one and you draw the first one here, and you make another square and you draw the second one right here. So the sides of the squares will touch each other basically. Any question about this module, how to use it? Now, because we're not printing, so when you guys go to your room, you're going to look at, do I have 30 by 30 or 40 by 40? And I'm going to have a horn strobe. You either put it in the ceiling or on the wall. Okay, so here's your strobe. Insert image, man. Okay. Okay, so here's my horn strobe. Any question, guys, about my horn strobe?
Why would you want to put it on the wall?
It interferes. What is a horn strobe? Maybe it interferes with the location of the fixtures. The exhaust, the mechanical equipment. The ceiling is busy place at a lot of times, so it might interfere. Either one of them will get you there, but the only thing I can think of putting them in a wall is interference with other systems in the building. Okay, let me go back, guys. Hopefully that will give you a quick overview of this. So horn strobes. Now, I need the strobes by themselves, only strobes. So I'm going to go here and grab a strobe. Can you guys see where visual strobes? Where do we need the visual strobe? They need them in the toilets and in the conference rooms. So in the conference rooms, they need only strobes, no horn. Anybody knows why? Conference rooms are smaller. If you put a horn there, what's going to happen? It's going to deafen the people. And also in the bathrooms. Bathrooms tend to be smaller spaces. You put a horn in the bathroom and people will be mad. So in these two locations, guys, we only need a strobe, right? Because they can hear the horn from the hallways, but the strobe is really good because they wouldn't see it. Can I get you guys to highlight this one? That's how you're going to lay out your fire alarm system. Can I have thumbs up? Yes, Chad, we got it. I want you to keep these handy right next to you as you place them. Most of the time, guys, you're going to end up really in most of the areas, one horn strobe. Most of the areas, one horn strobe. The open office, Chris, you're going to end up with 4, one in every wall. And least space, you're going to end up with two, one in one in every side. Every other area, the hallways, one in every hallway almost. Bathrooms, one in every bathroom, but only strobe. Mechanical room, it's a good idea to put one in the mechanical room. It's not there, guys. I always emphasize somebody's working in the mechanical room. I would put a horn and strobe there because it's too loud. You might not be able to hear there's a lot of judgment that need to be done. Okay, everybody knows how to use these? Straightforward, no? Okay. By the way, if you look at the bottom of this one, it says, can you guys see where standard candelas for room size? Okay, room size. Okay, this one. There's one of them that has space allocation. Grab this one, guys. The one on the side, the one on the wall. If you look at this, there is space allocation for corridors, hallways. There's one for corridors. It says for corridors greater than 20 feet wide, the spacing allocation for rooms shall be applied. Otherwise, the separation between visible shall be not more than 100 feet. So if you have a hallway, one will be good enough for you guys, except when you space the horn strobe, one will be, except if the width of the hallway is more than 20 feet. We don't have a 20 feet hallways, do we, in our area? So you only need one every 100 feet. Do we have 100 feet hallways in our building? So what I suggest, guys, read that description right at the bottom for hallways. So you need 115 candela in every hallway at every 100 feet. Or if the width of the hallway is 20 feet or more, then you apply the same rules for the roofs. Okay, can I guys get you to understand the inputs and outputs for this fire alarm system? Can I have thumbs up? Yes, no, Chad? Duct smoke detectors. Duct smoke detectors. The last thing I want to see here, I want to talk about, guys, is green here. Actually, annunciator, that will be black. For the audible, the last one, 9 here, connect to the fire protection horn strobe location above the Siamese connection on the exterior of the building mechanical room. Anybody knows what the Siamese is, guys? When the firefighters pull in, they have these big pipes outside. They plug in their hose into it, and they feed the building with, if you don't have a fire pump, you feed the building with what? They feed the building with water to fight the fire. That connection is called the Siamese. Are you guys with me? That little big pipe you see on the outside of the building, and they plug in their hose to feed water to fight the fire through the fire sprinkler system. Right above this location by fire code, you need a horn strobe. Right above this location. So where's this location? The exterior of the mechanical room. And you need, what do you need? You need a horn strobe. One big fat horn strobe right outside horn strobe. So that will be an exterior horn strobe. There is a family for it in Revit. You're going to grab it and put it right on the outside of the mechanical room 160. This is only probably 10% of what the fire alarm system is. Just to give you an idea. Fire alarm system, guys, people get certified in fire alarm system. What we're giving you right now is just a bare minimum to get you to run with certain requirement of fire alarm system. People make a living with doing fire alarm system, troubleshooting and maintaining and installing. It's a third dimension that you can add to your career, being a fire alarm certified. There's certain major buildings you have to have a fire alarm certified individual to certify that the fire alarm system is right, designed right, and also when installed and tested and commissioned right. So what I'm giving you guys is a bare minimum just to get you up and started with Revit. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? Yeah, we got it. Yeah, no.
This goes in the floor plan system.
Yeah, thank you. Now, very important, Revit. Now let's talk Revit. Every time, if you guys came with me, because that's going to drive you nuts. Talk Revit. Devices that's in the ceiling. If a device is going to be in the ceiling, if the device, listen to me carefully. If the device is going to be in the ceiling, make sure you put it in when you work in the lighting ceiling view that we did for lights. So go put them right next to the lights. So here's where you start point. When you put the ceiling devices, any device that's going to be in the ceiling, okay? If you decide which, and most of the time it's going to be smoke detectors. in the ceiling, duct smoke detectors in the ceiling. So all these devices, or horn strobe if you decided to put them in the ceiling, these are going to be in the ceiling, electrical ceiling in Revit. Then when you get into the devices, the other devices, the pole station, the flow switch, the tamper switch, and all the other devices, you're going to be putting them in the floor plan systems. Now you're going to be able to see both of them, guys. So you're going to be working in two levels. One level, floor plan system, put anything that's in a wall there. Anything in the ceiling, please go to the ceiling view light. Don't create another ceiling view light, and put them there. And then they will show up, Chris, they will show up in the floor plan system. They will show up in the floor plan system. Okay? That's Revit talk. Any question, guys, about this system? Any question about this system? Okay, I want to finish this, guys, and I'll give you a break, and I'll let you go for lunch in a second. But please let me finish just the criteria here. I went into the technology system. Ashley, my friend, if you look at the technology system, this is the places where they want us to put cable TV and so forth. I want to remind you guys that these are like technology systems. Receiving room 120, one wall phone. Receiving room 123, one wall phone, one data outlet on the wall. Now, we finished the fire alarm system. You're going to put phone and data. How am I going to put phone and data? Almost every location, guys, that we have a phone, it's a good idea to have a data, of course, in that. This will give you a criteria, though. Open office, 126, island cubicles, one data outlet per cube. So that will get you the area that they need, the phone and the data in every location. So where do you place them? In the floor plan floor plan systems. You go there and you place these devices. There are families for these devices, families for the phone, and also families for the data, and a combo phone data. You can place them. All what I'm asking you, Chris, is to do just place them. No circuit, nothing. Okay? Can I get you guys to say, yeah, Chad, we know where these phone data are. 3 data outlets. Look at this area library. You need 3 data outlets. So please, as you place your receptacles, 2 things you need to do. Number 1, follow this criteria. Number 2, work in the floor plan system. Okay? And these are, there's nothing to them. If it says a phone outlet, it's a phone outlet. You're going to throw a phone outlet in the board. For the phone system, guys, I will ask you later on to put a phone panel, I call it, for lack of another word. But we don't circuit, we don't do anything. We just throw them there and we leave them for the phone and the data. TV, look at this one, guys, right here. It says TV outlet at 84. Can you guys see that right here? TV outlet, we need a TV outlet right here, so we're going to put a TV outlet. That's the only place I think I know of. There's maybe another place that you need a TV outlet. Okay. Any question, guys, about the phone? The phone is easy because there's not a whole lot to it. What if I say cancel? Okay. You don't have to even do it. Any question, guys, about the phone system? As you go through it, look at this. Printing 104, 1 wall phone and 2 data outlets. So please follow this criteria. Also follow your judgment. If an office says phone, data only, and there's no phone in it, it's a good idea to put a phone there. Cool? Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We got that one? All right. The last thing, so this is, and if you read through the criteria, it says provide empty boxes. They say, guys, provide each data outlet with empty box, blah, blah, blah. We will provide devices too. Most of the time, engineering firms, guys, provide a box and a conduit, and the low voltage contractor comes and pulls the conductor devices. Because we're doing it in Revit, we're going to do the exercise in both. We will be providing basically everything when we do the takeoff. So remember, all what we're doing really, we're providing just a device in the wall in Revit. Okay, so here's your technology. That's the second system you need to do. And the last system, my friends, before I let you go eat, is the system, security system. We need a security system. For security system, Chris, here's what you need. You need security panel. Remember how we did the security panel, guys, last time? Here's my security panel. Where's the security panel is going to be? 107, done. Because we did the security system last time, if you guys remember. Door contact, we need a door contact on the exterior doors. Okay, so we need devices that says door contacts, the input devices, door contacts. We have a family that says door contacts. You're going to place them in, where do we want to place them? In a floor plan system. You're going to place them there, door contacts. Okay, door contacts, Chad. Motion detector through all the corridors. So, press every corridor or hallway, just put one motion detector in it. Here's my motion detectors, done here. You come over here, and here's my motion detector, okay? Glass break in rooms, exterior perimeter windows. Every exterior perimeter window, you need a glass break because there are thugs and hyenas. Glass break. We need a glass break, guys, right in every window. Only exterior windows. Interior windows, we trust the employees that they're not going to break into an interior window. Cool? Am I right here, guys? Everybody's following what we do? The second thing is, now these are all motion detector. These are input devices. The output devices is audible alarm. Audible alarm. I'm going to call it alarm here. This is a big fat horn that if somebody's to break into the building, it's going to scare the crap out of them. So where would we put this one? Use your judgment. Probably one in the hallways, one as you enter the building. It'll be a good location for it. From as you enter the building from every location. So in our building, the vestibule, as you enter, one there will be good. Right by the male's bathroom, one there, and right by the probably the kitchen restroom area. 3 of them will be good horns that will scare the crap out of people. Okay. The last thing, guys, is going to have a keypad. Keypad is, anybody knows what the keypad is? Keypad, we did in last project. Keypad is you alarm and disarm the system. You walk in the morning, you disarm the system. You walk out at night, you arm the system. Everybody knows arm and disarm. Put the system on in activation and deactivate the system. So that's going to be your keypad. This, what I drew right here, is called the security riser diagram. You will be required to draft this one for me, guys. You will be required to draft this one as a riser, low voltage riser. How do we draft them? The low voltage risers, guys, drafting them, I'm requiring you to do it 2 ways. Either you do them in Revit, in CAD, and bring them to Revit, or you draft them directly in Revit. Draft. No views, nothing. We just literally draft what we're doing, and we put, later on I'm going to ask you to put the size of all these cables between them and so forth. But for the time being, because that gets you into throwing your components, please do that. Any question about the security system? Don't forget that we're going to have a panel. So we should have a security panel that you're going to circuit from Revit. So you need to get it what? A 20 amp circuit. Most of the time, you're going to feed that security panel from a 20 amp circuit, 120, one circuit, just to power it. And the whole system will be 24 volt system, class 2 circuit.
Stuff on the main panel.
All this thing.
Yeah, the fire alarm panel.
Oh, where am I going to feed it from?
Yeah.
Good point. Where am I going to feed it from? You have, we have the 3 options: the main panel, or receptacle panel, or lighting panel. So in the past, we did them from the lighting panel. I would put all the system in the lighting panel just to be consistent. But if you put them in the mechanical, and the main, I wouldn't put them in the receptacle panel though. And the main panel, I envision the main panel would be big enough, and these are 20 circuit breakers. I like them to be in a panel that's small. Any question, guys, about this? Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We know the 3 systems that we need to do. We have a security system, we have a fire alarm system, and we have a phone data TV system. 3 systems: security system, fire alarm system, phone data TV system. I grouped all the communication in one system. All the work, guys, it's going to be located in, your work is going to be in the floor plan systems. We created one. The only thing, Nick, that you're going to go and do in the ceiling is any device that's in the ceiling, please, because there's no ceiling there. Just go back to the lighting ceiling, drop them there, and guess, Chris, they're going to show up in the floor plan then done in the floor plan system. Cool? Is that enough, guys, to get you kind of energized a little bit? And there will be a lot of there will be a lot of details, guys, as we go through. So here's what I'm going to do to respect your time and mind, guys. After lunch, we'll continue. You continue working on Revit. I'm on the red line, and tomorrow after the lecture, what I'm going to do is going to walk you through how to place these families. If you want to work on it today, I can walk you through, but I would hope tomorrow I can go to Revit. Now we know what we need to do. Go show you where the families are, how to lay them, how to place them. Then what's left? Cool? Can I have thumbs up, guys? We're good. Chad, we know it. Before I let you go, for those of you who are A students and who always like to be ahead of the curve, I have my Revit open. Here's where you're going to do most of your stuff, guys. You're going to do most of your stuff. We created a floor plan systems. Most of your devices are going to be placed on floor plan system. But before, if you click on it, guys, you're going to find a bunch of junk there. You're going to go clean it. You're going to go VV anything. The most important thing when you come here, if you want to start ahead of time, VV anything that's not that light and power. Light and power, VV it out, meaning turn it off. So clean up that view for you, because your view probably is mixed up right now. You need to VV it. You're going to place your component in here, and I'll show you tomorrow. And that's anything in the wall. Anything in the ceiling, you're going to go back into the ceiling view. Where's my ceiling view? There you go. You're going to go to ceiling view. Now, when you come to the ceiling view, Chris, you're going to have the grid. That's why it's nice to put it in the ceiling view. So all your smoke detector, special smoke detector, and any horn strobe that you decide to put horn strobe in the ceiling, which is fine with me, you're going to place them where? Here. If you place them here, they will show up also on the floor plan. And then we print from the floor plan. Can I get you guys to say thumbs up? At least we know, Chad, where we are with these ones. If anybody wants to get into ahead of the curve, you go first. You need to insert the families. We don't have a whole lot of families. You're going to insert the families from two locations. There's an instructor folder, has low voltage, and also the system. Start with the instructor folder. Most of the stuff is in the instructor folder under low voltage systems category. Load them all. Start throwing your things. We had some issues with some families, guys. If it doesn't work, we might have to kind of be creative in that. But for the most part, it did work for the last couple of years, so it should work. Any question, guys, for Chad? So I hope that's introduction to the low voltage system, guys. And I'll let you go eat.